Okay, 0. Okay, good. Well, you're in for a treat today because hopefully by the end of the session, you will gain more knowledge on SEO and leave feeling a little bit more informed and educated on SEO and how SEO works. In this presentation, I will cover how blogs can benefit your business and brand, what fashion brands should write about, tips on crafting high-quality blogs that will stand out and build trust, and how to incorporate SEO to increase visibility and website traffic. So before I begin, I'd like to introduce myself. So my name is Glynis, and I'm the founder of Chase Your Dreams Consulting, which specializes in SEO services for fashion e-commerce companies. I have over 20 years apparel industry experience. I've probably done almost every job that you can think of that's related to the apparel industry. I've worked for big brands like Club Monaco and Reebok, as well as having my own clothing design company for over 10 years. And currently, I help fashion e-commerce brands make more sales online with organic traffic. So I really am passionate of, merging my two passions together, fashion and tech together, to really help brands, have that visibility to gain more online organic traffic to their websites. So why is SEO important for fashion e-commerce brands? I think this is an important question to answer before we dive into the content. Well, first of all, what is SEO? SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, which is the practice of increasing the quantity and quality of traffic to your website through organic search engine results. So I created this little diagram of these 3 circles intersecting that kind of creates a visual description of what SEO is. And so SEO is made up of 3 things. There's technical SEO, on-page SEO, and off-page SEO. So technical SEO refers to the process of optimizing your website for crawling and indexing. On-page is the practice of optimizing individual web pages in order to rank higher on search engines. And off-page SEO refers to actions that are taken outside of your own website to impact your rankings within SERP. So off-page SEO also includes something called link building, which is gaining links from other websites back to your website. So why is SEO important? Well, in SEO, ranking refers to your page's position on the search engine results page. And number 1 result in Google gets about 27% of all clicks. The top 3 results gets almost 50% of all clicks. And did you know that 95% of people never actually make it past the first page? So maybe you can relate. Maybe you're one of those people who just never scroll past the first page of Google results. You always just maybe click on first, top 3 results. So this kind of like explains why SEO is so important. So how does Google actually work, if you're wondering? Well, Google has automated software called search bots or spiders that actually go through the web and they crawl the web. There's a process that's called crawling the web, and then they take those pages and they put it into Google's index, which is like a huge catalog of trillions of web pages. So just think of it as like this library of just like trillions and trillions of web pages that Google indexes. And then so when somebody searches on Google, Google then they go and find the most relevant results that's based on that person's search intent. And that really is basically what Google's job is, to find the best match to the person's search query, search intent, find the best answer to your search terms. and search your search query, okay? And so we're all familiar with this page, and this is an example of one of Google's search engine results pages. And so you can see here, I just took a screenshot of uh, a, a SERP page. So you'll see the two results at the top that say sponsored. Those are paid advertisements, and the pages, the websites below are organic. So you see there's one for the good tea, it shows up. So for it, so basically what I typed into the search bar was organic cotton t-shirts. And this was the result that Google gave me. These were the results. So the good tea was number one that came up for this search term, and actually worked on this website. But you can see just like how powerful SEO is. When you actually do it properly. So now let's get into the meat of it, right? So how blogs can benefit your business and brand. And actually have written a blog article on this on my website, so you can actually find more about it there on my website, glennistau.com. In the blogging section, I have a blog that's written exactly on this topic. So if you want to learn more after this webinar, you can do that. So what are the benefits of blogging? Well, blogs help you build and maintain relationships with your target customers. So you can see how in this diagram, right? Blogs can actually do several things. It can help you build loyalty with your current existing customers, and it can also help grow awareness and attract new customers to your website as well. So there was a survey that was done, and they asked like 300 consumers if they have ever purchased something from a company after reading a blog post from them, and 56% said yes. So that's pretty amazing that, this shows you how valuable blog content can be in terms of leading to more sales. And so how do blogs drive sales, right? Especially high quality blogs. And here, this presentation, I'm mainly focusing on writing and creating high quality blogs that will help to drive sales. And these are the benefits that it has to your brand. So if you can see at the top there, the first thing it can do is it can attract, right? Blogs can help increase organic traffic to your website. Then it can build brand awareness. Blogs take readers on a journey to know, like, and trust your brand. Next, blogs can help convert. Blogs can sell your products in a non-salesy way, turning readers into customers. And finally, blogs can earn backlinks when you're offering valuable content that people want to link to and share. So that's a great way to also grow your audience. So now you know what the benefits of blogging is. The question is, what should she start blogging about, right? So let's talk about that. So this study that was done from HubSpot asks like why they read blog posts, and the answer was to learn something new. So you can see that the top two answers in this study shows that most people read blogs to either learn something new or to be entertained, and then discover news or trends in their industry. So knowing that information, it just shows you the importance of why you'd want to be creating something that is high quality, high value to the readers, that provides them information that they're seeking for. perhaps, an answer to something, to question that they're looking for. So you want to be able to help inform them, educate them so that they can learn something um, after reading your blog. So what are the types of topics that your audience would want to read about? So what you can do is you can look into your customer persona, who your ideal customer is, as a starting point. And, you know, you may, in the beginning, your customers may be evolving over time, but it's just good to kind of sort of pinpoint who that customer is. Um, and you may also look into your followers, email subscribers, and you can ask them, what do they want to learn about? You can create surveys or questionnaires, polls, and invite them to leave comments. And you can also check your social media or their social media actually, and then see what things they are posting about. That kind of gives you some insight into, what your followers or audience likes, right? And their interests. And observe just what your customers are telling you about. They're talking about in their needs and in regards to their needs and lifestyles during your interactions with them. And also, review customer feedback and product ratings as well. It gives you some really good insight as to what your customers are looking for, what they're talking about. So all this, is great insight information into your customer persona, ideal customer. So you really, want to start by creating quality content that's target for your audience's interests. So how do you create content that will grab your target audience's attention and also rank higher on Google? So I have 3 tips for you here. The first tip being focusing on delivering value to your target audience. So start by putting yourself in your reader's shoes. What do they have? What questions do they have? What information or types of stories are they looking for? And you want to write about those things, but you also want to make it interesting. And so really tap into your, ideal customers, maybe their values, their interests, um, you know, even challenges, what are the types of challenges they're facing? And also if you have a product-based business or even a service-based business, you probably have a good understanding of what your ideal customers' challenges and pain points are. And so you can, look into that and see if there's content you can create in order to address those challenges and pain points in order to be able to help your customer, right? So you're really thinking from a more of a, you're providing value um, and not trying to like you're selling yourself, right? It's just kind of like right now at this point is just you're establishing your trustworthiness, your experience, your expertise, right? You're building authority here through this. And this is the best way to do it. So tip number 2 would be to choose SEO-friendly content. And here are some proven types and formats of content that performs well on search engines. Listicles and how-to guides. So these are straightforward, actionable advice or steps to help your readers achieve their goals. Storytelling and personal stories, personal experiences and emotional elements that readers can relate to. In-depth reviews and comparisons. So this can be detailed reviews and comparisons that help readers make informed decisions. And thought leadership and expert insights. You want to provide some new perspectives or do some deep dives into specific topics that establish the brand as an authority. Tip number 3, treat your reader the way you want to be treated. Well, actually, this is like, before I get into this, I just want to like start by saying like this is probably the only part of the presentation where I actually be touching and talking about AI, which seems to be on everybody's minds these days. And so, you know, the thing with AI is that if you're relying solely on AI, you're basically creating off of what's already available online, right? So the results are generic. The benefits that AI, helps you write and create content a lot faster, but they tend to get lower engagement and rankings on Google. So you want to going back to the previous points of knowing who your customer is, right? You want to be able to speak to them in your brand voice, and you know them better than the machines do, right? So as a human, you want to use your knowledge and creativity to write content that will emphasize and be able to relate with your customers. And so, we want to touch on things like, things that what AI can't do, right? They can't emote emotion, like put feeling into your copy, right? And this is, really important because in terms of establishing your relationships within your readers and with your customers, only you can do that. And we can almost like, tell when something has been written with AI. You can almost like see and smell that, oh, this content is written by AI. So it's not very original. It doesn't really provide much value, because there's really taking information that's already out there. And so, I'm not saying that AI is bad, and I don't have anything against AI. I think, there's so many great things that AI can do, but it is a tool, right? And so it can help you, if you're not a writer, to really help you. You can use it to do research, right? You want to research your target market, find out more information about their, lifestyle, demographics, information, and all that stuff, and which is fantastic, right? It can also help you, look into their lifestyle and interests, right? It can help you draft your blog article and create a outline or draft. But from that point on, like I don't like to just take, and I won't really advise you to just take the results that you get from AI and just copy and paste it into your blog. I would always like look at it and, refine it and put your own spin on it, really, and include your own experience and point of view into it. So just, bottom line is just focusing on quality over quantity. That may take you longer, but your work will pay off. So what are the topics that your customer wants to read about? So you can look into it by determining search intent and just a little bit of insight into how search engines work is that they base like somebody's search keywords, like, and they determine like what is the search intent behind it. And so there's basically 4 different types of search intent. Okay. There's informational, navigational, commercial, and transactional. So informational can include, informations like different tutorials, guides, tips, resources, how-to guides. Navigational is like when someone types in a brand name, right? So maybe they type in Nike or Lululemon and they're looking for a specific product and that's or service. And so that is a navigational intent. Commercial is when someone's typing in, the best shoes for running a marathon, something like that, or the cheapest or the top, or, looking for reviews. And then transactional are, people looking to buy, their shop, or they're looking to compare pricing, they're looking for deals, like that sort of thing. Okay. So Here, I'm going to give you my 9 steps for writing SEO-friendly content. Okay. So now hopefully, you know who your audience is, you know what their interests are, you know what topic you're going to write on them, or you at least have a list of like, topic ideas that you want to write about. So what I would do is start with keyword research. Okay. So this will help you determine what your audience is looking for and what questions do they ask online. And so you can put in questions, and you don't even need a really fancy tool to do this. You can just go out and use like good old Google, and start typing in your topic idea into the search, and you know how it starts generating like different ideas and starts guessing like what you're basing it or what you're writing. And so, when you're typing those things into the search, you can look at the list and go, oh, okay, because those are like commonly asked, questions or topics that people like. The search engine starts to kind of populate this based on like more popular searches. So that can really give you some insight. And then you can probably start to like, jot those down and for your own topic. Um, and then the next thing is that you want to determine search, right? And that's what I had talked about a little bit earlier in terms of the 4 different types of search intent. What is this intended for? What's the person looking for? Um, then what you want to do is you want to create a well-optimized title tag and meta description. And so for those who may not know what a title tag and meta description is, if I go back to the previous, if you remember the screenshot of the Google search results page that shows you the top, like the websites that came up, and you will see there is usually a blue clickable link there, right? That's the title tag. That's what shows up on Google. And then you want to make sure that your keyword is in the title tag, okay? Because that's really important. And also the meta description are the 2 sentences that are right below the title tag. That kind of gives you brief like description of what the page is about. And so it's really important you optimize your title tag and meta description, not only for search, because search engines use that and go off of it to understand basically what that page is about, but that also encourages people to actually click on it, because your website traffic doesn't actually count as traffic until somebody actually clicks on that and goes to your website. Okay. So that's why it's really important that you are actually creating a well-optimized title tag and meta description. And then you want to create, catchy headers like your H1 and H2 headers. It's also important because search engines also scan that. So when they are looking and really trying to understand what your web page is about, they look at it, and it's like important that you structure your blog articles really well. So, you're helping the search engines really understand what your page is about. And using headers like H1, H2, H3 will help you do that. And well, this kind of ties into structuring your content. So structuring your content and making sure that it's readable, right? So readable to your audience, to your reader, and also to search engines as well. And you want to optimize your images for image search. And this is pretty important, especially for e-commerce businesses, because product-based businesses tend to have, a lot of pictures, images on the website. And you do that by making sure you rename your image file names and put in the alt text. Okay, so the alt text is a sentence that describe what that picture is, and that helps the search engines to be able to understand what your picture is about. Because Search engines can't read pictures, they can only read text. And so by putting in your alt text, this actually will help search engines be able to understand what your picture is and be able to help it rank on image search. Okay. And then including a keyword in your page URL. So, once you have, your web page all ready to go and you're about to hit publish, make sure that you put your keyword in the URL. Uh, so you can customize your URL, right? And you don't always you want to make it maybe like, short, maybe 5 words. And then for each word, you want to separate it with a dash in between each word, because that way it helps the search engines be able to read it as well. So it's just another place where you would put your keyword, right? And so, like I said, making sure you have your keywords that you research earlier on, making sure you have the keywords within your blog article, right? You want to make it sure that you have it in your title tag, your meta descriptions, and your headers. You want to use it in your image alt text, and you also want to make sure you put it in your page URL as well. Okay, so this is the best way to be able to optimize your page for SEO. Yeah, it's not that complicated. Just as long as you follow these, steps, you'll probably be on your way to ranking better than people who are not doing this, or your competitors who are not doing these things, right? And then just here, uh, the the ninth step here, which is the last step, which is a little bit more advanced that I wanted to talk to you about, is creating topic clusters. Okay. And so what is a topic cluster? So I have a little infographic diagram that I created that shows you what a topic cluster is and how it works. And so what you have here is in the center, you have a main topic, right? And then around it, you have several subtopics. And in between each main topic and subtopic, like you have internal links that are linking to each other. Okay. And so what this does is it helps you to position yourself as a trustworthy subject matter expert on it, but it also helps the search engines to strengthen your web page's ability to rank. Okay, this is a little, strategy that a lot of SEOs know, but not commonly known by a lot of people. And because if you're creating like standalone blog articles, oftentimes they don't rank. It's harder for that article to rank if it's just by itself than if it's like put together within a topic cluster. And so, how you want to think about this is like, say, for example, like you have a like a athleisure wear company or like a clothing company that caters to people who travel a lot, and you want to create clothing that is easy to travel and travels well. So maybe you want to create topics around like how to pack for travel, you know so you can you know maybe have your main topic around yeah, like how to pack for travel. And then you can have like what are the best clothes to bring with you on maybe on an overnight trip, or what are the best clothes to pack for a holiday vacation in Europe, or how do you wash your clothes when you are traveling. um so stuff like that, right? Like what are the type of accessories maybe and footwear you want to bring with you for traveling. So see how you can already see how like this would work. And then so all these little subtopics would go and they would build off of this main topic, which is basically your pillar content, or sometimes people call it cornerstone content, and that's your like basically your main topic. Okay. And so, so also another benefit of creating topic clusters is, like I said, it helps you build and position you as a trustworthy subject matter expert this way, because you're talking like, oh, on all of these things that are related to this topic, right? And this will help your site to demonstrate that and this is an actual Google algorithm, right? It's called EAT, and it stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Okay. And so that's what Google looks at to determine, like, search quality. It's in its search quality rater guidelines. So you're establishing yourself as a trustworthy, experienced expertise in this area, right? And so that's why I was like, you don't want to just go off and just get AI to write the stuff for because this doesn't help you to establish this it doesn't demonstrate your authority and your expertise, right? You want to write original content, high quality content, right? Based on your knowledge and your expertise that nobody else has there. Yeah, that has out there. Okay. And so I can't like talk about SEO without talking about Google's algorithms. And um, just wanted to talk briefly about two of the recent Google algorithm updates. And so the first one is the Google Helpful Content Update. And that was uh, that happened in September 2023. And their whole idea around that was to ensure that, people see original helpful content that's created for people in search results. So they want to see, more content written by people for people, right? And so this is the reason why I keep emphasizing this, because that is what search engines are also looking for. And in their latest March core update that happened in March 5th, 2024, just quotes from the actual Google site. It says that their efforts is to provide search engine users with websites that are more useful and relevant while removing unhelpful or spammy websites. And through this update there, Google expects to reduce low quality, unoriginal content in search results by 40%. And some websites, large blog sites that used to gain lots and lots of traffic, are seeing hits, pages that, losing traffic and now even being de-indexed because because of this update. Google's like going to reduce, low quality, unoriginal content in the search engines. So, more reason for you to be looking at creating, original helpful content that's, really intended to help your audience, really help your target market the best way that you can. And so I think this really helps to, show that importance of that. And to me, I still see the value in human written content. And so just to summarize this presentation, I'm just going to go over the benefits of blogs for fashion brands. So blogs help increase organic traffic to your website. Blogs take readers on a journey to know, like, and trust your brand. Blogs can sell your products, turning readers into customers. Blogs can earn backlinks when offering valuable content people want to link to and share. And last but not least, remember quality over quantity. Okay, so on that note, another question that people often ask is like, how long should a blog post be? How many words? Well, that is not as important as it, the thing is that it's been found through study recently that, people's attention spans have gotten a lot shorter, due to different things like social media, like TikTok videos, and like, people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. So should you be writing short content? Well, like it really depends, right? If you can get to the point, with a 500 word article, it gets to the point you're able to explain it and it's fine, right? But if you require like, to expand on certain points, um, and, uh, say you're doing a how-to guide or something like that, that can be a longer article, right? Maybe 1,500, 2,000 words. So really, think about the quality of it. In the past, Google's out uh, Google was favoring long form articles, maybe 2,000, 3,000 words, which is now no longer the case because it is recognizing the fact that people's attention spans are getting shorter, and before people were writing these really, really long articles and they were like ranking high, right? But really now you're trying to like, get to the point as fast as possible as you can, right? Still providing value and quality to the reader. So just keep that in mind, okay, when you are in the process of writing. And so, congratulations, you reached the end of this presentation. Also, if you are looking for a long-term solution for boosting your website visibility and traffic, growing online sales, and increasing brand awareness, I encourage you to book a 30-minute consultation with me. If you want to get a hold of me after this presentation, um, my website is glynistao.com. My Instagram handle is @glynistao, and my email is hello@glynistao.com. And like I said, there's my meeting booking calendar. If you want to book a 30-minute consultation with me to talk about your website. And yeah, feel free to ask your questions, ask away.